Hi Pisces, I'm back from the jungle of Pucallpa in the Amazonian jungle of Peru. I was there for 2 weeks. There was a retreat there and we were cooking the medicine. But I'm here back in Cusco. So Pisces, what comes through right now is the need to be and stand as the wisdom rock. There is a deepening that has happened. The shifts have been evident, but there are still perhaps some old negative energies that are trying to creep in, triggers from the past or past patterns that are still showing up. And there's a stance that we need to take right now, Pisces. We need to stand tall. There is this no BS right now. We have talked about this spiritual integrity with Saturn and Pisces, but also, this integrity, emotional integrity when it comes to your heart, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to the beliefs you have about yourself, about your own power of creativity and of manifestation. The dependency, the codependency issues, attachment issues need to be gone right now, and they could be showing up. And so knowing that, Pisces, you need to stand in your heart wisdom, where you are unmoved, where you create this silence, right? So here we started with very mystical cards, the all-knower. Can you see? The all-knower. And as you can see, there is dead skulls, right, at the bottom here. But there is the light and there is the hands showing up there towards the sky, holding the sun. And the two eyes are seeing. They're seeing the dead stuff. They're seeing from the perspective of the light, from on top of the mountain, on top of the world, and you got sitting on top of the world here. The eye. So you got the two eyes here, but as you can see, they're all light, they're all sun, and becoming the one eye. So this is so important because it has to do with recognizing what death is. And when this comes through, when this is being said, it has to do with all the dead stuff within you, all the dead stuff around you, and starting to see things very clearly in the world, in your personal relationships, in the world in general, the community, seeing people for what they are, seeing situations for what they are, and those are dead. You see them. You see that the sleeping dead is over because you are awakening. You are awakened from this perspective of the light, where you're sitting on top of the world. You can see it all, and especially you can see your internal world better from a perspective that is more neutral, more omniscient. Now, this eye is also looking to the stars. Your dreams, your manifestation power. Sitting on top of the world, naked, true. There's no head here. There's no mind. There's just the pure, sacred essence of reality. You becoming a completely neutral mirror where everything is seen, recognized, felt, but you are not drowning in any of it. You are on top. You're not in this water drowning. You're on top. You are with the stars. Perhaps you are a star being. You come from a particular star constellation. And so you are of the matter of the sky now. You're no longer drowning in the waters. You are of the air. And here, make it look like the night. We have the moon. So we had the sun before, you know, holding the two hands holding the sun. And then here we have a head, but there's just stars in it, right? With the moon at the crown chakra. This is so significant and it's so mystical. This is the feminine power. This is the power within us that receives, that allows, that attracts from sitting, from just energy. It's no longer about achieving, putting energy in the world. It's very internal. And the night is silent, right? There's this rest. There is this breathing. And this could also be channeling. You could be also connecting with the stars, again, star beings. But sitting on top of your head is the moon. And the moon is so sacred and so psychic. So here we have gifts that are being awakened for some of you, perhaps deepened. And all that is lacking is the self-confidence that perhaps you could be lacking. Here you have cast your sacred symbols. Cast your sacred symbols. What does that mean? You will manifest by visualizing, but by feeling, by canalizing your energies, by aligning your energies within. If you are very conscious of your energetic garden within you, you are able to, in your dreams perhaps, we're talking about the night, but it could be profound meditation where you're able to see your future, look at it, manifest it, and just focus on that. Nothing more, nothing less. The past is gone. Now it's time for the future. We had this cry mirror here that has to do with that, you know, looking in a dark room, looking in a mirror and seeing your future. It could be also looking in a bowl of water and in a trance, you know, deep meditation. You could be seeing your future. Your future is in the present. This is so important. Your future, right now, Pisces, is in your present. Okay, so don't lose your energy in this dependency. Look, the chains, the cries, the emotional turmoils. Depending on other people, it could be in romantic relationships, intimate relationships, but it could be also friends, it could be situations, whatever. How are you independent? How are you a rock in this world? How are you not moved anymore by circumstances? Are you this rock that manifests and that is no longer the victim of the circumstances around him or her? You are free. It's just a matter of realizing it within you and putting your focus inwardly instead of keeping it outwardly and being sucked away, drained away by external energies. Because this is a labyrinth. This is, the mind can't take it. You know, this, all those emotions, roller coaster, turmoil, create a labyrinth where there's you could feel like there's no exit. But that's very complicated. Actually, at the end of the day, it's much more simple. It's just this one eye. Right? And so here they are saying, reminding you, by the way, 4-4 is very important. Your dreams are closer than you think. So if you're crying again, if you're being emotional, if you're letting those negative energies come through, remember, your dreams are closer than you think. You're almost there. You have here, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay, Pisces. Okay? So if there was any doubt right now, if you were feeling down a little bit, everything will be okay. There's an emphasis on your body needing to take care of yourself, take care of your body. If there are tensions, if there are, if you're not taking care of yourself, this is being felt very strongly at this time. And so there is a need to befriend pleasure. Befriend pleasure has to do with what makes you feel good. I know it sounds very cliche, but we tend to forget it as Pisces. We're so concerned about our mission, our work, the people around us, the emotions around us, people to heal, to help. And we forget the priority, the center from which all of this happens by itself. But we forget to focus in the one and only inside, the simple, the divine presence. Okay? So this has to do also with intimate encounters. So we have some love coming through here. This could have to do, for me here, we have this butterfly that is caged. And so I feel that you are this butterfly now, but perhaps there's still a cage. You're still not able to come out completely, be free completely. And so that's what we're talking about when we're saying your dreams are closer than you think. You're almost there, right? You are transforming, you are liberating yourself, but there is just this last poof, right? This jump, being ready to jump. Faith, trust, and what you don't know. Perhaps you just know the negative, of the past. You just know relationships that don't work. You just know you're not being able to manifest abundance or your work, or being able to create what you love or do what you love. But this has changed. This is a new world right now. This is a new era. This is a new state of consciousness we're entering in. And so we need to stabilize into it, into this rock. We are learning that from love and fear, those two come through together. From love and fear, the duality of love and fear, you know how we were saying always we need to choose love and not fear, right? So this is the duality. But perhaps there's a shortcut. Perhaps the shortcut is integrity, Pisces. Integrity, because when you are true, when you're here, there's no fear. And the love comes out naturally, through you, from you. And so this points to this beautiful liberation of your heart. Once you become whole, naturally your heart starts to open. But we need to nurture this, right? You need to be here inside. Focus inside. And you will see how the love particles will start to shine through your own body, your own light. Because you're free in that moment. And this moment is nurtured every single moment, right? And so this is where we're talking about the awakening of the genius. See how we had the sun is the illumination, it's the divine masculine, but also we had the moon, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, sorry. And here we have being on equal grounds. So this could have to do with relationships, with cooperation, friends, where you're learning to be on the same page, to see all as unique individuals on the same equal grounds, that you're no longer under or above, there's no ego involved, and perhaps those people around you are involved in ego still, but you are above that, remember? You are sitting on top of the world, not that you're better, you just have awakened to a higher perspective. And so this helps with giving up control on everything, on relationships, on what you're doing, because as you surrender, naturally, your genius, the genius of the divine arises within you, because you liberate the filters, the blockages of the mind. Once that's gone, once that's when you relax, right? When you relax within, it's really, a relaxing within, dropping of the mind into the heart. Then the insights come. Then the creativity comes. Then the channeling comes. Then your spiritual gifts come. Because you are allowing the connection with higher, with deeper. No longer concerned about the matters of the world. You're on a higher role. On a higher role, where there's no comparison. There's no comparison. There's just doing. There's just being. And so everything is equalized. Because the balance is found internally as well. There's a flow that starts to happen. And you're able to create, let the insights come, go. There's no tension, no fear, no overachieving syndrome, tension, judging yourself. No, there's just flow. There's just trust. It just comes. It's here, new, right? Cosmic consciousness. That's it. This is where we are arriving to. To live from this place solves all problems. Doesn't mean there won't be any pain, suffering, challenges, but they don't drown you. Creative solutions are found quickly. There's no heaviness, just lightness, flow. You're in life. You're living the life. Relax. Relax. And that has to do also with nature. We had nature coming through. Coming back to the natural flow. Perhaps you need to go to nature. Go out. Connect with a tree, with water. Go take a walk in a park if you're in the city. Whatever it takes. Connect with the birds. Take some time to create this silence. And to create this silence, there's an active part that you need to play in. It is create silence. Silence is not created for you. You need to create it for yourself. The world is full of noise. If you live unconsciously. Look, we have the moon again. At night, everything is silent. Everybody's sleeping. There are no energy frequencies that are countering each other. There's more space. And so this you create internally. You create that internally by focusing here internally. And the space is created as you relax, as the muscle relax, as your whole body relax, as you become conscious. And in this silence, everything arises. Again, you're no longer in your own way. You have disappeared, so all of the genius of cosmic consciousness comes through you. But you need to be able to jump that. You need to be able to jump into this emptiness. That means leaving behind those dead skulls that we saw in the beginning. It's a radical jump. When fear rises, you see it, but you know it's not you. Remember, you are this rock. We could say you are this empty rock, because a rock could be seen as solid, but you are, perhaps we could say, a spacious rock. Yeah? And so there's a need to trust the divine moment. We've got divine moment here. This could have to do with a specific romantic relationship or a specific soulmate coming in your way. You have ideal here. This card came at the last reading as well, remember? But this has to do with your ideal life, your ideal dream. The moment, the divine moment. Trust that the divine moment is on its way. Whether it's for a relationship, whether it's for your work, whatever it is for you, maybe all of it. Continue. Remember, your dreams are closer than you think. There's a divine moment. You need to trust. Focus right now on your spiritual growth. That's all that you need to do, if there's any doing that is done. Because you have help from the divine. Look, looking at the earth here. Definitely star beings, I'm seeing it very strongly. And also in the physical realm, friendship. The right people, the right soul tribe. That is going to be showing up, slowly but surely. But you need to clear away those old energies. Okay? And in this way, you will receive your blessings. Because they are on their way, remember? So become that empty rock. Don't be afraid, Pisces. Okay? Solid, strong, powerful. Because you're full of the divine. Because you have emptied yourself from yourself. You have become a rock because the presence of the divine is so full that nothing, no circumstance, nobody can move it. Okay? So I love you, Pisces. I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.